Hi, I'm Shubhodiya. Welcome to my channel. Yesterday I went to an exhibition with my father with the intentions of not buying books at the book fair, but we all know how that works out, okay? The rates were incredible, so I had to buy those books. And I did not buy the books that, I was really looking forward to read in 2022, but I got books that I normally wouldn't have gotten at their original MRPs. I'm saying this because these books that I bought are second-hand books or rejected pieces from stores that couldn't sell them. So yeah, here's a haul because I'm pretty excited to get into these books. I've already started reading one of them, but I've not really gotten inside the story yet. So let's get into the haul. First book that I got is The UnDomestic Goddess by Sophie Kinsella. Sophie Kinsella is a booktuber, bookstagrammer favorite. I've heard a lot about this author, and when I checked this book out on Goodreads, it had a pretty decent rating. This book is about a workaholic lawyer who messes things up at work, somehow finds herself in the middle of nowhere and then being offered the job of a housekeeper. The plot twist being that she is disastrous at domestic work, and hence the title is justified over there. Not a book that I'd normally add to my collection of physical copies, but you know, I like it. I think I'm liking it. The next book that I got is Picture Perfect by Jodi Picoult. Again, another favorite author of many bookstagrammers and booktubers. The book that many people rave about is My Sister's Keeper, but I couldn't find a copy of that in the book fair, so this was the next best thing. The story is about this woman who wakes up to find herself in a graveyard, hurt and bleeding, and has no memory of how she ended up there, who she is probably, I'm not sure. And yeah, her memory is all wiped clean, and she's later identified by her husband, who is, also a who is also Hollywood's biggest, greatest star. So this is a psychological thriller, and I am intrigued by the plot and want to know what happens. But it has got mixed reviews on Goodreads, so I'm not really sure how this book might turn out. That's for later though. I'm really excited that I got this book in a pretty good condition. Another book that I got from the fair is The Stylist Manor by George Eliot. I blindly picked this book up from the fair because one, I like reading classics, and two, I am building a Collins Classics collection for some reason. So this book is about Silas, who is a weaver and has been wrongfully accused of theft, and he leads a pretty lonely life. Also, it's not until a small orphan girl comes into his life that his faith in life is restored. That's a lot of life in one sentence, but I guess this book is about life in general. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this book too. Classics also helps me write myself, so it's kind of a win-win situation. Silas also reminds me of Silas from the Vampire Diaries, and the only reason I actually watched the show, not even I did not even finish the show, but only reason I started watching the show once upon a time was because my best friends would, rave about it all the time, and I would feel left out because I had no clue. And I've realized that, I'm really not into stories featuring vampires and supernatural stuff, not now at least, haven't been in the past. Next up is my favorite book out of the lot. It's Random by Craig Robertson. This one is a psychological thriller set in Glasgow, and the best thing about this book is that it's from the point of view or the perspective. The main character is a serial killer. This book has got a good score on Goodreads and also has great reviews overall, so naturally I'm pretty excited to read this one. And you know what? There's something about protagonists being antagonists in stories that gets to me. I really love such stories. The last book that I got in yesterday's fair was this book called The Solitude Creek by Jeffrey Deaver. It has got the best rating out of all the books that I've got on Goodreads, but the reviews are pretty mixed, so I'll have to find out. I'll have to read and find out. The plot goes something like there's a false fire alarm in a small concert arena, and this causes a stampede and a few people are killed. Our protagonist, Catherine Dance, she goes to the crime scene and figures out that the man behind all this is someone who turns people's fears and greed into weapons. So now our agent needs to work against time to capture this man so that he doesn't harm any more innocent people. Apparently, this book is the fourth one in the Catherine Down series. I was not aware of it, and I hope this can be read as a standalone because that's what I will be doing. This one is in a pretty good condition too, and you know what? I'm really excited about reading the psychological thrillers and crime thrillers and all the books that I've gotten because it's been a long time since I've read those. Anyways, that was my haul. Those were the 5 books that I got, and I'm always excited about books, be it new, old, second hand, first hand, I don't care. But I really like being surrounded by books. So if you've been to a book fair recently, don't hesitate to send me pictures of your books, of the books that I've gotten. If you like discussion on books, stories, characters, letters to characters, dissection of plots, etc., then definitely check out Tattletales X. It's a bookish corner on Instagram that me and my best friends have created for you to enjoy, for you to join us. And yeah, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.